Madama?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So let's giddy up here. Um, uh, it doesn't make sense to look at anything because we know today was a down market. Um, so the winners for the down day were coin. As you can see, coin, it was in that 126 or whatever range, and it just totally dropped. Um, 128, basically 129 to 115 and change. So it was just all day. So if you had been one of those people that stayed in coin from the time it had started to drop, you have been a lucky mofo. Um, so basically, within what is this, a month, in 5 days, 35 days, 37 days, you've gone from 180 to 116. So, um, I hope there's people that were in that play. Um, and here's how we're looking today. Um, and it's continue in the aftermarket. I think coin had previously went up when was going up when Bitcoin was going crazy, and then they won a couple of lawsuits with the government and all this other stuff, and they hit this level, and a lot of people, including myself, was thinking, okay, they may continue, and they just from that 190. I look at it as around 180, but from that 180, 190 level, they just dropped and kept dropping. And it's looking like they will probably could keep dropping where where I don't see, you know, anywhere they would stop at. Uh, Unless it's going back down here to this 80 level, like maybe 95 or so. But it's really it's a free for all. Open was down uh nearly 9%. Congratulations. Um you were in this, right? Um
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations on this. So this was basically approximately almost 30 pennies. Um and uh you just have to get in, and you either could have got out around 11, or it stayed basically around that same price. It went up a couple pennies, but um this continues to go down. Um, Here we do have some support here. Um, Previously, uh, so it may stay around, but because we're in winter, I think it's gonna come down to this 250 level. And yeah, if you get a little
The
bounce.
reason the reason it went down so much today was because the interest rates jumped up to over 7% in the housing market today. So that's one of the reasons this thing kind of went bonkers.
Well, the Fed said he wasn't changing the interest rates. So if the housing interest rates, he
It
wasn't
went up
changing.
today to, like, I'll show you the article in CNBC, but let me see. It was the mortgage rate. Mortgage rates jump over 7% today.
So the Fed didn't increase the inflation rate. So if the interest rates for housing went up, um, they just went up just because they wanted them to go up. You know, it was really, why would they go up if the inflation rates didn't go up? You know, because that's kind of tied to it. So it it's I understand what you're saying. They'll say, hey, that's the reason, but they're just not selling houses in the winter. And people weren't buying houses anyway. So when you go into the winter, it's even worse. So open, what are they doing? They selling houses online. So they're even in a worse situation. They're in a situation where they're trying to continue a business where what you call it said we're getting the heck out. Zillow said we're getting out of this business online buying and selling. So I honestly think this thing is going down to the gutter, you know, this 150 area, but it's definitely going down here right now in the winter. Maybe it'll pop back up in the summer. Um, if they want to use that excuse, okay, they can use that excuse. The housing interest rates went up, but you're still not getting any business.
Of
Um,
course, I'm just saying that this is one of the reasons it went so dramatic, like 9% down. We know it's going to the gutter, but it like this thing spiked up, which is connected to it, therefore it caused it to go down.
um, then we have Tesla. Uh, it was more of it did even worse with the wick here. Um, the trend is bad. People are saying the 160 level, just 165, 160, whatever you want to call it. Um, and that's that. But overall, ooh, this was a doozy. Um, but overall, if you're in an AV stock, you're gonna have issues. Mickey D's, after their wonderful up day, they went down, what is it, over 4%. And then they had an even worse wick. So we're doing the same thing, it looks like we did before. Um, this was a little bit higher this time. So you got all time highs again. And then we're coming back down. This is the second, third time, whatever. I'll say it's the second time. So the question is, are you gonna write it down? Are you going to buy it when it gets down here and let it come back up? But if this continues, this could be another downturn, and it looks eerily similar to here. I'm counting these two as one, basically. It looks eerily similar. So if you didn't get in the last time and you want to be the one, then you know you could jump in now. Or you can say, hey, I'm gonna wait and get Mickey D at a good price around this 345 price. 4% for Ford and Piton. Um, we know what the deal is with Piton. Um, oh, this seemed like it did everything in the post and pre-market. Well, no, not really. It it just jumped down immediately and just kind of like stayed there. When the market opened, it just came down, went up a little bit, but then went back down. So, um, you know, we know what the deal's gonna be here, and yeah. So today was just basically another continuation of it heading down. Were you in this thing?
I wasn't open.
Oh, okay. You had sold all your Piton shares?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So yeah. You know, we know what their earnings were. We know all about Piton. So it's just a question of it had kind of consolidated at the sixth level, even got up to seven almost, and then it's going back down. Um, it's gotten, I don't know, it's never gotten that low before. Um, it's no matter what, this is a new area here that it's jumping down to now. Um, so it's just gonna continue, you know. It may again come back up to this 6, 7 area. I doubt it. Maybe, next year.
It could
But
do a squeeze because this has a lot of short percentage flow, and they do tend to squeeze at times. The next possible area I do see it as a squeeze would be 6. So yeah, it could squeeze up.
so, we can watch this, but there's no real reason for this to come back up. Um, like you said, if they're doing a squeeze or something, maybe that's a possibility. But realistically, there's no reason other than new year, new me, end of the year people, buying um this or getting subscriptions. Real cool. It had came back up. Um, and I think you're still in this. I had got out
Yes,
and
I'm
lost
still in it.
$30.
I have 30 shares. I may get some more tomorrow if it does
It had
another little.
got to a point where you were breaking even about, and we thought it was gonna kind of get a little bit lower and continue at this area, and then it came back up here. So now we're just watching. This is curving again, so it will possibly come back down. Hopefully, fill the gap here, and we'll see. Um, but yeah, we don't see anything big for this thing, you know. Um, better but not good enough. Unless it can have a 30% down day, it's still not good enough. I'm still negative, and this crazy gap here is still in a very bad position. I'm in the 420s, and it's just, yeah, it gave back, maybe 3% of what it took before, but we got our ways to go here. Um, and I'm waiting for the crashy crash. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Um, Campbell's, it came back down again. Another opportunity for people who are still buying in. Um, it's headed up, but it had an absolute terrible day today. So people who are interested in buying it, uh, this was your day. Uh, and
Campbell's is in the Dow Jones specifically. So Dow Jones had a bad day. So this was why, because McDonald's sort of also had a bad day and brought a lot
and
of the Dow Jones stocks
and we
to the.
also and basically we all know that this is our long play for the winter to 55, 56. Over 2% EBC. Uh yeah, EBC's had a little bit of a rough time with earnings lately. And we still like it, but like we said, we want it at a good price, so we're just gonna watch it and see when it stabilizes. Um, it's probably gonna come down. Some people like it at 12, some people like it at 11, some people like it at 10. Um, uh, I like it closer to 10, between 11 and 10, so I would get it there, but I'm just gonna wait to see how things roll out, because it is kind of like a regional bank. Um, Tarjay's been trending up. We missed the boat here, nothing to write home about. We know it's eventually gonna get to this 160 area, and we'll just have to wait, or you can get in now after you missed the boat if you want to. We're not gonna do that. Americano. So American Airlines, I think they would have done better if it wasn't for Boeing and a lot of the other banks that had like terrible, like not so good earnings. Um, I think JetBlue didn't do too well and stuff like that. Because I thought this was headed up. It's still trending up. I still want to see it get to 18 and above. Um, but it did, I thought it did fairly well, the last several months. Now I've just been afraid of it just because of Boeing and all the stuff that's going on with the airlines. So I do like it as a stock. Um, we'll probably wait to see if it comes back down and wait for the any type of catalyst with like spring and summer uh flights. AMD on hard buy. This thing has been out of this world, new all-time highs like crazy. Um, just going nuts like all of the chip stocks. Basically, get the hell out of the way from this. If it's just you can't short this in NVDA. Even Intel, I really don't like shorting, even though I think that's the better one to short. You can find some daily shorts, but you know, this thing Macy's, it got not written up, but what do they call that thing when they bump it up? 18 and change, I think.
Upgraded?
Yes, they had upgraded this and to like a little bit over 18, if I remember correctly. So I still think that this was coming down. Um, you know, let's see what we get for earnings. Um, let's see if those crazy people rear their heads again. Nice update for today. Um, regarding the sale of this, I know they have wanted to buy it. Um, 24 days, the end of the. Ooh, what is that? Yeah, the end of the month. For earnings. Let's see what happens here. But I just think it came up so quick, and that was mainly because of the sale talks. And now since that's not happening, um, you know, let's see what happens. Boeing, uh, starting to consolidate. This is kind of like an area here. Um, I still like it. It was hitting this under 200, and then it keeps coming back up. Um, I like the 180 price. Uh, so this is another one. If you're willing to wait for the airlines, you got to be willing to wait for this too. Bank of America. Um, kind of a bad day. It had a nice day, I think, for earnings. Since earnings, it has started to come up, and now it's starting to come back down. Past several days. Um, it's out of this area here and going into this area. Um, when it gets here, it's probably going to go up because this was resistance before. So, it still is trending up. It is on its way up, hopefully. Especially the Fed's announcing everything that it's doing. And I just feel they're gonna try to bring interest rates down in 2024. So um, I think it'll be slow, but it does look like it's on its way up. Um, you know, unless we get that big um, crash everyone's been talking about. This hit big with all of the big FANG stocks uh, last week that had earnings that jumped up like crazy. Meta led the pack on this, and then everything else followed. Um, initially I know Microsoft was coming down, and what was the other one that came down? But Microsoft will maintain this stuff.
Google.
Google, and then the next day, Meta and Amazon, but especially Meta. I think Amazon would have followed more of Google and Microsoft's path if it wasn't for Meta. So now this may hit previous 52 weeks high. But this
Everybody
still
else
seems,
has, so why wouldn't this? Of course.
this has always been weaker. They got the lawsuits with the government and stuff. So it still seems it's still behind the times. It's kind of like Apple. It still feels like it's lagging. Um, Apple here,
Apple didn't.
yeah, it could have been worse, but Apple never got a really big jump up. Um, so I think it's lagging. It's kind of maintaining, but it's really trending down if you really look at it. And I just don't see. It seems like it's kind of trending down, and we had our new highs here, and we hit it 3 times. And if it was gonna come up, it would have come up with everything else, with all the stuff that's been going up like crazy. Apple would have shot up. It barely hit the 200, if it even hit it. So I feel that it is gonna come down. So maybe that could precipitate the crash. Maybe that could help bring Meta down and all the others down. But we'll see. As long as they let these FANG stocks run rampant like cray cray, they're gonna hold everything up. Um, Dollar Tree is trending up. Uh, we're waiting for earnings to see if it's gonna like pop down. You know, a little dip in the beginning, came up in the end. But if you're comparing it to what it was yesterday, it's a down day. Um, Softy, a down day, but Softy never really popped up like in its earnings. It actually went down. Um, so we do have all time highs here, and this has been going like literally out of control, like crazy out of control from previous all time highs. It just shot up. Um, another over $50 here. So the question is, hey, is it time for it to come down or not? Um, you know, so it was subdued with its earnings compared to Meta. So we're gonna see which FANG stock moves out. I wish FANG stock wins. Um, I still don't know what's keeping Meta up. I'm sorry, I just don't. Other than a word from Mount Sinai has been come down to say, hey, uh, hold on. Maybe they're cutting costs like crazy over there. Who knows? Um, Tractor Supply, this got upgraded last week or recently to around 250 or so, 240s, 250s. So I'm assuming this will continue to go up. The 50-day, it seems like it's trending up, so I think that'll be good. Home Depot, we don't trade this. I think it's because it's an expensive stock. This seems to be still coming up. And it's nothing you can do but watch it. We had wanted to get it at a certain price. It seems like this 280 was the price, and it just has 1, 2, 3, and it just moved like nuts. So, I guess you're gonna assume the 400 area. What else can you assume? Um, Wanted to get this, maybe get it on the short for at 115. It got to the 105, it got bumped up, and then it never really came back. Missed this short up here in this area down to the 100, so that was like $15 basically, 15 or more dollars missed. And so now it still has a ways to go. And it looks like it's trending now. You just want to see if you can. This is still coming down, Mike. Okay, it is coming down. We're in winter. We got plenty of time for it to come down. It's just that, do I want to get it 100 to 105 and watch it jump up to 115 and then right down? But I really like this. I really like this. To hopefully get to 80. Um, but yeah. Um, we can put on a notes as a watch. I would say nibble in the jumps instead of buying the dips. Buy the jumps, the pop ups, and see what you can do. Our favorite rotate Walmart. That gap's filled. So
Man,
where
it
do we
filled
have
it up
from?
like a beauty
Yeah.
pie.
So 11/16. So what is that? The 1, 2, 2.5 months. There you go. Filled back up. So now all I can say is to the moon. I will assume this continues unless we get that crash. I don't want to talk about Disney. It sucks. Dix looks very strong. Um, I don't know if they got people off their scent with the last year's fall earnings, Q2 spring, and then this Q3 earnings. This really scared me, and then they follow it up with a 180. So it seems like this has recovered, but I don't trust it, and
Is
I
this
feel
all-time highs too?
yes, it is. Um, um, I feel this could be fool's gold here. Um, I just feel it could be fool's gold. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this was a lie. This was some fake news or whatever. But uh, this is gonna be a retail that um we have to see what their Christmas earnings did and see how that's gonna work. We got a month, March 5th, and hopefully we'll find out what we need to find out. But I don't like it, and I would like that it would drop. But hey, I don't rule the market. Uh, until I got 10 minutes, and I'm not gonna be able to play my video, so we'll skip it. Intel, Yeah,
38, 38.
yeah, we got ways to go. If you're gonna short one of the chip stocks, this would be it. But I wouldn't short this either. We talked about Apple. Um, what's wrong with Niketa? Um, just so you know, I got
That,
Niketa, Elisa.
huh?
I got out of Niketa. And
Okay.
yeah, it was
It is bad. It is trending down. Um,
yeah,
yeah.
I had to end my suffering. So
Gracias a Dios you got out and you had to do what you had to do.
yes. Um, uh, so Google and Microsoft were hand in hand. We'll see. Will Google, Microsoft win, or will Meta and Amazon win? Yeah, we shall see. Um, is there anything you want to mention or anything you want me to talk about in the chart here?
Um, you can put the video. You still have 8 minutes.
Okay, so you don't have anything. So let's see. Uh, we will finish. Where were we at? Nah, that one. You know what? Let's just end it early. I kind of want to play that video from. It's a big video, whatever. But I kind of like. I wanted to play it from the beginning. But where's playlist?
It's all right then. We've had long days, so it'll be all right.
Yeah.
We're all familiar with cancers.
Da, 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 da. Yeah. Which one were we watching? The landlord ones? Where renters? Oh, the rent going up. Yes.
Yes.
Um, how people are making money, but not enough for rent. Yeah, we'll do that when I have the full 15 minutes. So that's that. Um, other than that, you had a good day. Congratulations on your open play. You made some dinero with that, and
Thank you, ma'am.
I got out of some crapola with Nikete.
Yes, ma'am.
And I got out of something else too, believe it or not. That had full
Did
fun.
you? Man, you were just
Yeah.
cleaning house.
I was cleaning house today, Elisa. I'll tell you. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Roadblocks.
What? For real?
Yes.
Dang, you was just cleaning house left and right.
Yes. I yeah, it is what it is, but I took some chunks today. So
Um, this too shall pass and you will make it back again. That's you got to get up on the horse and that's it.
no commentary. Um so
What else can you do? You had to clean house and free up money to make
mhm.
more money.
Congratulations on your dia. And yeah, we'll move on and continue.
Yes, that's all we can do. Move on and continue. You have to have a quick forgetful mind with this because you can't have a grudge It's not the stock market's fault. You have to be quick and nimble and forget and get back on the horse again to try to make new moves in a new place. That's all you can really do.
That's what someone says. You have
Oh,
to,
somebody's sleeping, I see.
yes. Someone is
Oh,
sleeping. Someone had kind of like a crazy day.
what
Um,
was someone doing?
um, Running around while others were cleaning. I don't know if you can see in the background here, but
Uh-huh.
we did have a cleaning session in the mudroom. Um,
Muy
and
bien.
the lights off back there, but we reconfigured some things and
Muy bien.
got rid of some porqueria that was
Hmm.
everywhere. And
Good.
yeah, it's just had a nice cleaning session. So
Man, you were cleaning literally and
well,
virtually.
Mr. P um started and was kind of like all over dusting, cleaning like nuts when I got home. And I was like,
Man,
"Eh, okay." So that kind of inspired me a little bit after I took
man.
my little nap. And I was like, okay. So I started like
Let's
helping.
keep the ball rolling for
Yeah,
this
yeah.
momentum.
Well, I had started the other day of the weekend on Sunday, and then he was
Hmm.
like, okay, let's do the mudroom. And it came out good. So we're doing a little bit at a time.
Muy
And
bien.
things are getting, and he even worked on the basement too. So it's,
Wow,
yeah, I know.
that's
So,
amazing.
so what it was is still like uh, probably an F to your mom's standard, but it went from like, uh, let's say -2% to like, 25%.
Okay, it's progress. She would be proud. She
Yeah.
has favorism towards you as the Morena, so just
Yeah.
FYI, she might let things slide
Mhm.
because she has favorism and discrimination
I
against others.
like decent. Like I have to have it at least to like, if I had like a 65, like a D plus, I think she would let it slide.
Yes, but because you are kind of the favorite and has helped her grandchildren, she might let it slide a little even
But
more.
I would have to get to like a D plus. Like she wouldn't let this.
Yes, she will
And
let
if
it slide
she
if
would
it's a
let a
deep.
D
She'd be
plus.
like, she'll like ignore and put
Yeah,
and
she would
have
ignore
a
it
side eye, but only for you.
if I
For me, she'd be like, "What the f is this?"
if I got to 65 and she had a seat available for her to sit down in, then she would but I have to get to like a 65 to 70, and then she'll ignore it. So
Yes,
yeah.
you
So
could
my
do
goal is
that.
to get to a 70.
Like I said, she would not let that fly with me.
Hmm.
I can't even not even an a B minus is
Yeah.
allowed.
Yep. If
But
I
for
can
other
get
people,
to a C
if for
minus,
but for other people, it'd be like, oh, it's the morena. It's fine. But
yeah,
because it's me, she'd be like, what the heck is this mo?
of
Well, you
course.
gotta clean this notch. And
Yeah,
that's
you
it.
got to maintain the standards. You have a
You got
McMansion,
to.
but so
Anyway, I will let you go so you can rest.
I'll call you in a minute. This is out. Peace out.
Peace out.